yeah,
And so it's terrible to see that happening. I mean, I always talk about the fact that my parents stayed together. I always knew when they were coming home.
yeah,
I always knew we had a secure family unit. We had a
yeah.
secure financial
Mhm.
financial groundwork. It was never one of those things where I felt in any way insecure about my family life and my
Mhm.
parents and things like that. That's a wondrous thing for a young person. Okay.
Yeah, because like you need your basic needs met as a child, you need safety, you need love, you need nurture.
Right.
And then it's like, what happens when a child doesn't get those things? What happens to them?
I mean, and also I did do two things too. I mean, there's a lot of mental illness out there,
Yeah,
and a lot of it has to do with, again, uh, growing up insecurely for lots of
yeah,
reasons.
yeah. I feel like insecurity is a huge one. I really like that you talked about how confidence is super important, and that makes for a person who's more intentional, possibly later on, maybe not when you're a guy and just rolling the hay with a whole bunch of women, but maybe later you become more intentional. And when you're serious with the one woman, you're serious with her, and you know,
Yeah.
there was no cheating, there was no whatever. You
Right.
decided this is
Yeah.
the woman I'm going to be with, and we've decided that we're going to be faithful to each other.
Yeah, and that's the issue. The issue is, this is the word, the magic C word, which is commitment. It's you have to make the. So that's the other thing too. Commitment in this country, especially. Uh, I'm not. I mean, people will commit to like, for example, people will commit to some kind of bizarre stuff like this right wing politics. That's a commitment.
Mhm.
You're all in on this irrationality and all
Yeah,
this
yeah,
anti-democratic right wing loony bullshit. Okay, that's so there's political commitment and there's economic commitment and there's going to be also the romantic commitment. And I learned that oddly enough about surfing
hmm
because they talk about commitment when um, in other words, you choose a wave and you have to commit. Once you choose it, you got to commit to it,
yeah,
good,
yeah.
bad, or indifferent. Okay, so that you take off on a wave, and sometimes, man, oh, what a great choice! What a great wave! What a great
Yeah.
ride! Other
Or you're
times,
gonna get wiped out.
oh God! And but let me tell you, and you commit to that wave, and you're going, I have no choice but to go down the face of this wave,
Yeah.
do
Yeah.
it, and if I get crushed, I get crushed.
Yeah.
But so it was always this whole notion of, you had to go for it. Once you made the choice, you had to go for it and
All
do
the way.
yes, and do the best you could with it.
hmm
And I would bring that back onto the land. In other words, I say, okay, I'm going to make this commitment or not. Okay,
Yeah.
make a
It's all
certain
or nothing. You can't go halfway. You can't go like half in on a wave. No. You have to
no,
decide, right?
yeah, yeah,
You can't go
and
halfway on a
yeah, and,
wave.
and of course, the notion is, okay, the more expert and more practice you have surfing, then of course you're going to make better choices on those
Yeah.
waves. You're going to
Yeah.
have a better sense of, okay, I'm
It's
going to
just
commit.
like dating and women.
Well, that's my point. It's also with your job. I mean, I
Yeah.
made a commitment once. I said I realized, oh my God, I never realized what teaching was going to be,
hmm hmm
what it was going to be for me.
Yeah.
I finally said, okay, I have no more doubts. No, I'm not going to go to law school. I'm all in, and I
Yeah.
didn't care about the money. I mean, I know a few of my former colleagues who they were using they were on their lunch periods and in study hall periods. They were reading their law books and wanted to go. They wanted to be lawyers
Mm-hmm.
because this is the other issue. Now, this is another story issue is about in society. There were certain kinds of jobs that people felt had more status. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Status is a huge thing in Asian culture as well.
Well, guess what? My mother was very unhappy that
hmm
I chose to be a teacher and not a
Yeah, because
lawyer.
she wanted you to be a lawyer.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but she thought I was an underachieving, lazy surf dog. Okay,
hmm
and she would tell me that, and I'd say, yeah, but ma, you don't get it. I don't care about the money, and I'm making enough to live, and I
Yeah.
live, I'm having a great time. Okay, and the good news was that over time, salaries got better and benefits got better, and we had a great contract, a strong union. It worked out really, really well. I mean,
hmm
that talk about a happy accident.
Yeah.
That was a happy accident. But I think clearly that this thing about committing to something
Hmm.
is important. And it also bespeaks the fact that you're confident in your ability to not only make the commitment, say, I'm going to make that commitment,
Hmm.
I'm going to really stick to it and develop it.
Yeah,
So
and give it your all.